Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to my channel. The Plague, a dark chapter in human history. So make sure to watch the full video. Introduction. The plague, also known as the Black Death, is one of the most devastating pandemics in human history. It swept through Europe in the 14th century, causing widespread death and upheaval. This blog provides a brief introduction to the history of the plague, exploring its origins, impact, and the lasting consequences it had on societies around the world. The plague is believed to have originated in Central Asia and was spread by fleas that infested rats. It first appeared in Europe in 1347 when a Genoese trading ship arrived in Sicily carrying infected rats. From there, the disease quickly spread throughout the continent, reaching pandemic proportions. The most common form of the plague, known as the bubonic plague, caused painful swelling of the lymph nodes, high fever, and blackened skin, giving it the name Black Death. The rapid spread of the plague had a catastrophic impact on medieval society. The population was decimated, with estimates suggesting that between 30% to 60% of Europe's population perished. This staggering loss of life had far-reaching consequences, including labor shortages, economic instability, and social upheaval. The social fabric of communities was disrupted, and the traditional feudal system underwent significant changes. The response to the plague varied across different regions. Some communities resorted to isolation and quarantine measures to prevent further spread, while others turned to religious and superstitious practices in an attempt to ward off the disease. Medical knowledge and understanding of the plague were limited at the time, leading to ineffective treatments and a sense of helplessness among the population. Despite its devastating impact, the plague also had some unintended positive consequences. The reduced labor force led to increased wages for the surviving workers, creating opportunities for social mobility and economic advancement. Additionally, the drastic population decline forced societies to reevaluate and adapt their social, economic, and political structures. Origins and transmission of the plague, also known as the Black Death, is one of the most devastating pandemics in human history. It had a profound impact on societies across the globe, causing widespread death and socio-economic disruption. In this section, we will explore the origins and transmission of the plague, shedding light on its early outbreaks and how it spread across continents. Origins of the plague. The origins of the plague can be traced back to the early 14th century. It is believed to have originated in the region of Central Asia, specifically in the steppes of Mongolia. During this time, trade routes were flourishing, connecting Asia with Europe and Africa. These trade networks played a crucial role in the spread of the disease. The bacterium responsible for the plague, Yersinia pestis, is primarily transmitted through fleas that infest rodents such as rats. It is believed that the bacterium existed in rodent populations in Central Asia, particularly in the marmots that inhabited the region. As humans encroached on these areas for trade and migration, they came into contact with infected fleas, leading to the first cases of the plague. Transmission of the plague. The plague spread rapidly due to several factors. One key factor was the movement of infected rodents and fleas along trade routes. Merchants unknowingly carried infested goods, including fabrics and foodstuffs, which facilitated the transmission of the disease to new areas. Additionally, the presence of rats on ships played a significant role in spreading the plague to port cities and beyond. Another mode of transmission was through human-to-human contact. When an infected person developed the pneumonic form of the plague, which affects the respiratory system, they could transmit the disease through respiratory droplets. This form of transmission led to outbreaks in densely populated areas, such as cities and towns, where close contact among individuals was common. The spread of the plague was also facilitated by social and cultural practices of the time. Poor sanitation and hygiene practices, coupled with limited medical knowledge, contributed to the rapid transmission of the disease. Overcrowded living conditions, lack of proper waste management, and inadequate healthcare infrastructure all played a role in the spread and severity of the plague. As the plague spread across continents, it left a trail of devastation in its wake. It reached Europe in the mid-14th century, causing one of the deadliest outbreaks in history. The disease rapidly spread from Italy to other parts of Europe, wiping out a significant portion of the population. Estimates suggest that the Black Death may have killed up to 50 million people, decimating entire communities and leaving a lasting impact on European society. Legacy and lessons learned. The plague, also known as the Black Death, had a profound impact on history and continues to hold important lessons for humanity. Its devastating consequences have shaped our understanding of disease, public health, and societal resilience. One of the significant legacies of the plague is the advancements it spurred in the field of medicine. Scholars and physicians diligently studied the disease, leading to a greater understanding of infectious diseases, epidemiology, and hygiene. These discoveries laid the foundation for future breakthroughs in public health and disease prevention. The social and economic transformation brought about by the plague was immense. The massive loss of life disrupted traditional hierarchies and labor systems, leading to shifts in power dynamics and increased social mobility. The scarcity of labor created opportunities for workers to demand better wages and working conditions, ultimately contributing to the breakdown of feudalism. Demographic shifts occurred as entire communities were wiped out by the plague. The decline in population led to labor shortages and the need for innovation in agricultural practices. These changes had long-lasting effects on society. The plague also left its mark on art and literature. The dance macabre, a genre of art that depicted the universality of death, became popular. Themes of mortality and human suffering emerged in literary works, reflecting the collective trauma experienced during the plague. Public health measures became common practices in response to the plague. Quarantine and isolation were implemented to control the spread of infectious diseases. These early measures laid the groundwork for future public health policies and the development of institutions responsible for disease prevention and control. The plague also taught lessons in resilience. Communities came together to care for the sick, bury the dead, and rebuild society in the aftermath of the plague. It showcased the importance of cooperation, support systems, and solidarity in times of crisis. The Black Death. The Black Death, also known as the bubonic plague, was one of the deadliest pandemics in human history. It ravaged Europe in the 14th century, causing widespread devastation and leaving an indelible mark on society. The plague is believed to have originated in Asia and was spread by fleas infesting black rats, which were common on merchant ships. The Black Death reached Europe in 1347 and rapidly spread, causing high mortality rates and societal upheaval. It is estimated to have killed between 75 to 200 million people, decimating the population and leading to economic, social, and cultural repercussions. The disease was characterized by symptoms such as fever, swollen lymph nodes, buboes, and blackened skin patches, hence the name Black Death. The impact of the Black Death was far-reaching. It brought about a significant decline in the population, leading to labor shortages and the collapse of feudal systems. This resulted in societal changes, including the rise of the middle class and increased social mobility. The devastation caused by the plague also led to religious and spiritual crises, with many questioning the nature of suffering and the role of faith. Efforts to combat the plague varied across different regions, but they generally involved quarantine measures, the burning of contaminated belongings, and attempts to control the rat population. However, these measures had limited success in containing the spread of the disease. The Black Death had profound effects on art, literature, and cultural practices. It influenced artistic representations of death, mortality, and the fragility of life. The plague's impact can be seen in works such as Giovanni Boccaccio's The Decameron, which depicts a group of young people seeking refuge from the plague and sharing stories. It also inspired the Dance of Death motif, where skeletal figures represent the inevitability of death. In conclusion, the plague, with its devastating social and economic impact, left an indelible mark on history. The Black Death, in particular, caused widespread death and suffering, leading to significant changes in social structures and economic systems. The immense loss of life disrupted communities, strained social bonds, and instilled fear and despair among the survivors. The scarcity of labor and the collapse of trade and commerce had far-reaching economic consequences, reshaping industries and forcing societies to adapt. The plague also exposed the vulnerabilities of existing healthcare systems and prompted advancements in medicine and public health. Overall, the plague serves as a somber reminder of the profound social and economic upheaval that can arise from infectious diseases and the importance of preparedness and resilience in the face of such crises. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel before you go.